Imagine you're 80 years old, sitting in your favorite chair, looking back at your life. What do you see? Regrets about things you never tried? Or a smile because you truly lived? Today, we're talking about something that matters more than anything else: how to not waste your life. Hey, English learners! Welcome back to your English podcast for daily life English, real conversations, and easy English listening practice.
Yeah, this is the place where you learn real English from real talk, not from boring grammar books. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah.
So Sarah, how are you today? How's everything going?
I'm good, Mike. Actually, I'm feeling quite reflective today. I had coffee with an old friend yesterday, and we talked about our dreams from 10 years ago.
Oh, that sounds deep. Did you achieve those dreams?
Some of them, yes, but some I realized I just forgot about them. Life got busy, you know?
I know that feeling. Sometimes we're so busy being busy that we forget to check if we're actually going where we want to go.
Exactly. And that's actually perfect timing because of today's topic.
Right. Today we're talking about something really important. Don't waste your life.
This is a big topic, probably the biggest topic we can talk about.
It is. But don't worry, everyone. We're going to keep it simple, practical, and hopefully helpful.
Yes, we're not going to be heavy and serious. We're going to have a real conversation, just like we're sitting with you in a coffee shop.
Before we start, we have a small request for our listeners.
Yes, if you find this episode helpful or interesting, please like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear this today.
Maybe that friend who always says, "I'll do it someday," but someday never comes.
We all know that friend. Sometimes that friend is us, right?
True. Okay, let's dive in. Sarah, let me ask you first. What does "don't waste your life" really mean?
That's a big question to start with. I think it means living intentionally, not just existing.
Intentionally? You mean with purpose?
Yes, exactly. Think about it like this. Imagine you have a beautiful garden.
Okay, I'm imagining it.
If you never plant anything, never water it, never take care of it, what happens?
It becomes full of weeds. Nothing beautiful grows there.
Exactly. Your life is like that garden. If you don't actively plant good things, dreams, relationships, experiences, growth, then your life just fills up with whatever happens randomly.
That's a powerful picture. So wasting your life means just letting weeds grow instead of planting flowers.
Yes, it means you wake up one day and realize you've been living someone else's life, or no life at all. Just surviving, not thriving.
Surviving, not thriving. I like that. Many people are just going through the motions, right? Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, repeat.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with routine, but if your entire life is just routine with no meaning, no joy, no growth, then something is missing.
So how do we make sure we're not wasting our lives? I think we need some practical tips.
Yes, let's break this down into specific areas. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's start with tip number 1.
Okay, tip number 1, know what matters to you.
Know what matters. That sounds simple, but I think it's actually quite difficult.
It is. Many people live their whole lives without really stopping to ask themselves, what do I actually care about? What makes me feel alive?
So this is like finding your values.
Exactly. Your values are like a compass.
A compass. I like metaphors.
I know you do. So imagine you're in a forest and you want to go north.
Okay.
If you don't have a compass, you just walk randomly. Maybe you go in circles, maybe you go south when you think you're going north.
You waste time and energy going nowhere.
Right. But if you have a compass, you can check it and say, am I going the right direction?
So my values are my compass in life. They help me know if I'm going the right direction.
Exactly. Let me give you a personal story.
Please do.
When I was younger, I spent 2 years in a job that paid well. Everyone told me it was a great job. Good money, good benefits, stable.
Sounds good so far.
But I was miserable. Every Monday morning, I felt heavy, like I was carrying stones on my back.
That's not a good feeling.
No, and I kept thinking, what's wrong with me? This is a good job. I should be happy.
But you weren't.
No. Finally, I sat down one evening and asked myself, what actually matters to me? What makes me feel alive?
And what did you discover?
I discovered that I value creativity and helping people, but my job had no creativity and I wasn't helping anyone. I was just processing numbers in an office.
So your compass was pointing north, but you were walking east.
Exactly. What a perfect way to say it. So I made a change. It wasn't easy, but I found work that matched my values.
And how did that feel?
Like I could breathe again, like I was living my life, not someone else's life.
This is important, everyone listening. Take time to think. What do I value? Family, freedom, creativity, helping others, adventure, learning?
Yes, and here's the thing, there's no right answer. Your values are yours. Maybe you value security, and that's okay. Maybe you value adventure, and that's okay too.
The important thing is to know what you value, not what other people tell you to value.
Exactly. Once you know your values, you can make better choices. You can say no to things that don't match and yes to things that do.
So, tip 1, know what matters to you. Find your compass.
Yes. What's tip number 2?
Okay, tip number 2, stop postponing your dreams.
This is a painful one for many people.
It is. You know what's the most dangerous sentence in the world?
What is it?
I'll do it someday.
Someday, the day that never comes.
Exactly. Someday I'll learn guitar. Someday I'll travel to Japan. Someday I'll write that book. Someday I'll tell that person I love them.
And then years pass and someday still hasn't arrived.
Right. Let me ask our listeners something. What's one thing you've been saying someday about?
Good question. I think everyone has something.
I had something. For years I said, someday I'll learn to cook properly. Not just basic food, but really cook.
And did someday come?
Not for 7 years. 7 years of saying someday.
What changed?
One day my grandmother said something to me. She said, Mike, someday is a thief. It steals your dreams.
Wow, that's deep.
It really affected me. I realized that every time I said someday, I was lying to myself. I was stealing from myself.
So what did you do?
I bought a cookbook that same week. I started with one new recipe each weekend. Not perfect, but I started.
That's the key word, started.
Yes, and you know what's funny? It wasn't as hard as I thought. The hardest part was starting.
That's always the case, isn't it? We build things up in our minds as huge mountains, but when we actually start, we realize it's just a small hill.
Exactly. So the lesson here is whatever you're postponing, start it today. Not perfectly, just start.
Even 5 minutes counts.
Yes, you want to learn guitar? Pick it up today for 5 minutes. You want to write a book? Write one paragraph today. You want to travel? Research one destination today.
Small actions kill the someday monster.
I like that, the someday monster. He's scary, but he's actually weak. One small action and he starts to disappear.
So tip 2, stop postponing your dreams. Start today, even if it's small.
What's tip number 3?
Tip number 3, invest in relationships, not just tasks.
Relationships. This is so important.
It really is. Think about it. At the end of your life, what will you remember?
Probably not the emails I sent or the reports I finished.
Exactly. You'll remember the laugh you shared with your friend, the conversation you had with your parent, the moment your child said something funny, the evening you spent with your partner just talking.
Memories are made with people, not with tasks.
Yes, but here's what happens to many people. They spend all their energy on work, on getting things done, on being busy.
And their relationships become, what's the word? Secondary?
Yes, secondary. Like, I'll spend time with my family after I finish this project.
But the project never really ends. There's always another one.
Exactly. Let me tell you something a bit sad.
Okay.
I read a study once about people at the end of their lives. They asked them, "What do you regret?"
And what did they say?
Do you know what was not on the list?
What?
I wish I had worked more. I wish I had been busier. I wish I had checked my email more often.
I can imagine.
But do you know what was on the list?
Tell me.
I wish I had spent more time with people I loved. I wish I had told my parents I loved them more. I wish I had been there for my children.
That's heavy, but important.
It is. Our relationships are everything. Without people, life is empty.
So what's the practical lesson here?
The lesson is schedule time for people like you schedule work meetings.
Oh, that's interesting. Treat people time as important as work time?
Yes, for example, every week I have friend time on my calendar, just like I have work meetings.
And you actually protect that time.
I do. I don't cancel it for work. I don't say, oh, I'm too busy, because if I keep doing that, one day I'll look around and I'll have no one.
That's a scary thought.
It is, and it happens to people. They wake up one day and realize they've been so busy that they lost touch with everyone important.
So we need to be intentional about relationships.
Yes, call your parents, have coffee with your friend, play with your children. Actually be present with your partner, not just in the same room, but mentally somewhere else.
Put the phone down.
Yes, put the phone down. Be there, really there.
Okay, so tip 3, invest in relationships, not just tasks. What's next?
Tip number 4, learn something new regularly.
Ooh, this connects to why people are listening to this podcast right now. Exactly. Learning keeps your brain alive and keeps life interesting.
You know what I think? I think when we stop learning, we start dying a little bit.
That's intense, but I think you're right. Learning keeps us young, not in body, but in spirit.
Yes, think about old people you know. Some of them are 70 or 80, but they seem young because they're curious. They ask questions, they try new things.
And some people are 30, but they seem old because they stopped learning, stopped growing, stopped trying.
Exactly. They decided, this is who I am. I'm done changing.
But we're never done. We can always grow.
Always. The beautiful thing about being human is we can learn until the day we die.
So everyone listening, you're already doing this. You're learning English right now. That's amazing.
That's true, but learning shouldn't stop at English.
What else can people learn?
Anything. Learn to cook a new dish, learn about history, learn to draw, learn about other cultures, learn to play an instrument, learn a new sport, learn about science.
The topic doesn't matter as much as the act of learning.
Right, because when you learn, several things happen.
What happens?
First, your brain literally grows. Scientists have proven this.
Really?
Yes, when you learn something new, your brain creates new connections. It's like building new roads in a city.
So my brain becomes bigger and better.
In a way, yes. Second, learning makes life interesting. If you do the same things every day forever, life becomes gray and boring.
But if I'm learning something new, every day has something fresh.
Exactly. Third, learning builds confidence.
How?
Because every time you learn something, you prove to yourself, I can do difficult things. I can grow. I'm not stuck.
That's powerful. I'm not stuck.
Many people feel stuck in life, but learning is proof that you're not stuck. You can change. You can become better.
I like this. So how often should someone learn something new?
I think it should be continuous. Always have something you're learning.
Always?
Yes. For example, right now I'm learning English, obviously because I'm not a native speaker either, but I'm also learning photography.
How do you find time?
I use my pocket time, like we talked about in our other episode. 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, it adds up.
And for me, I'm always trying to learn about new topics. Right now, I'm reading about space and astronomy.
Because you're curious?
Yes, just curious. And it makes conversations interesting. I can talk to people about different things.
That's another benefit. When you learn diverse things, you become more interesting.
So, tip 4, learn something new regularly. Keep growing, keep your brain alive, keep life interesting.
Perfect. What's tip number 5?
Tip number 5, take care of your body and mind.
Oh, yes, this is so important but often ignored.
Right. Many people treat their bodies like old cars. They just use them until they break down.
And then they're surprised when they have health problems at 40 or 50.
Your body is not just a tool to carry your brain around. Your body is you.
Yes, let me use another metaphor.
You love metaphors.
I do. Okay, think of your body like a house you're renting.
A house I'm renting?
Yes, but here's the thing. You're renting this house for your whole life. You can never move out.
Oh, I see where this is going.
So if you trash the house, if you never clean it, if you break things and don't fix them, who suffers?
I do, because I have to live there.
Exactly. You can't move to a new body. This is your only one.
So we need to take care of it.
Yes, and this isn't about being perfect or looking like a model.
No?
No, this is about respecting your body enough to keep it functional and healthy.
What does that mean practically?
It means a few simple things. First, move your body regularly.
Exercise?
Yes, but don't think you need to go to the gym for 2 hours. Even a 20-minute walk every day is amazing.
So simple movement counts.
Absolutely. Your body is designed to move. When you sit all day, your body starts to hurt, your energy drops, your mood gets worse.
I've noticed this. On days when I don't move at all, I feel sluggish.
Exactly. Second, eat food that helps you, not just food that tastes good in the moment.
That's hard though. Pizza tastes really good.
It does. And I'm not saying never eat pizza. I'm saying don't eat only pizza.
Balance again.
Yes, balance. Most of the time, eat things that give your body nutrients: vegetables, fruits, proteins, whole grains.
And sometimes pizza's okay.
Sometimes pizza is perfectly fine. It's about the pattern, not perfection.
What else?
Sleep. This is huge.
Sleep.
Yes, so many people treat sleep like it's optional. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I've heard that saying.
It's a terrible saying. If you don't sleep enough, you'll be dead sooner.
That's dark, but true.
Sleep is when your body repairs itself. It's when your brain organizes memories and information. Without enough sleep, everything falls apart.
How much sleep do people need?
Most adults need 7 to 9 hours. And I know, people say, I don't have time.
But we make time for what we value.
Exactly. If you value your life, you make time to sleep.
What about mental health? You mentioned body and mind.
Yes, mental health is equally important. This means managing stress, dealing with difficult emotions, asking for help when you need it.
I think many cultures have stigma around mental health.
They do, unfortunately. Many people think I should be strong enough to handle everything alone.
But that's not realistic.
No, everyone struggles sometimes. Everyone has difficult emotions. That's being human.
So what should people do?
First, notice your feelings. Don't just ignore them or push them down.
Notice them.
Yes. Oh, I'm feeling anxious today. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling angry. Just notice. And then what? Then deal with them in healthy ways. Talk to someone you trust. Write in a journal. Exercise. Create something. And if it's really difficult, see a professional, a therapist, or counselor.
There's no shame in that.
No shame at all. Just like you'd go to a doctor for a broken leg, you can go to a therapist for a hurting mind.
So, tip 5, take care of your body and mind. Move, eat well, sleep, manage stress, ask for help.
Yes, because you can't live a full life if you're sick or exhausted or mentally burnt out.
True. What's our last tip?
Tip number 6, give something to the world.
Give something to the world. Can you explain that?
Yes, I think a wasted life is a life lived only for yourself.
Only for yourself.
Yes, like everything is just, what can I get? What's in it for me? How can I be more comfortable?
And why is that a problem?
Because humans are social creatures. We're designed to be part of a community. And deep down, we feel most fulfilled when we contribute something.
Contribute? You mean like charity or volunteering?
That's one way, yes, but it's bigger than that. Contributing means using your unique gifts to make things better for others.
My unique gifts?
Yes, everyone has something to offer. Maybe you're a good listener, so you help friends with their problems. Maybe you're good at fixing things, so you help your neighbors. Maybe you're creative, so you make art that inspires people. Maybe you're good at teaching, so you share knowledge.
So it's not just about money or big acts.
Not at all. Small acts of giving make a huge difference.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. I have a neighbor, an older man. He's retired. Every morning, he cleans the street in front of his house and also in front of the other houses on our block.
Just cleans the street?
Yes, he sweeps leaves, picks up trash. It takes him maybe 20 minutes.
And?
And everyone loves him. He's not rich, he's not famous, but he makes our street nicer for everyone. That's his contribution.
That's beautiful, actually.
It is. He's not wasting his retirement. He's using it to make a small part of the world better.
So giving doesn't have to be huge.
No. In fact, I think small, consistent giving is often more powerful than big, occasional giving.
Why?
Because it becomes part of who you are. You become a giving person, not someone who gives sometimes.
I see. So, how can people think about this?
Ask yourself, what problems do I see around me? What could be better? What am I able to do about it?
So, first, notice problems.
Yes, but not in a negative way, just awareness. Then ask, how can I help?
Maybe I see lonely old people in my building.
So you could knock on their door and have a conversation once a week.
Maybe I see trash in the park.
So you could spend 10 minutes cleaning it up while you walk.
Maybe I know English well.
So you could help someone who's learning, just like we're trying to help with this podcast.
Oh, I like that connection.
Yes, the point is find ways to contribute. It makes the world better, and it makes your life more meaningful.
Because we feel good when we help.
Exactly. There's actually a term for this, the helper's high.
Helper's high?
Yes, scientists have found that when we help others, our brains release chemicals that make us feel happy.
So, helping others actually helps us too.
It does. Everyone wins.
So, tip 6, give something to the world. Find ways to contribute, big or small.
Perfect. Okay, I think we've covered a lot. Maybe we should do our vocabulary review?
Good idea. We'll use some important words today.
Let's go through them quickly. First, we talked about intentional.
Yes, living intentionally means living on purpose, not by accident.
For example, I want to be more intentional about how I spend my weekends.
Or she's very intentional about her career choices.
We also said values.
Right, your values are the things that are most important to you.
For example, family is one of my core values.
Or what are your values in life?
Then we talked about postponing.
Postponing means delaying, pushing something to later.
For example, stop postponing your dreams.
Or I've been postponing this difficult conversation for too long.
We use the word invest.
Invest means to put time, money, or energy into something to get benefits later.
For example, invest in your relationships.
Or I'm investing 30 minutes a day in learning English.
We mentioned curious.
Curious means wanting to learn, interested in knowing more.
For example, stay curious about the world.
Or children are naturally curious.
Then we talked about stigma.
Stigma means negative judgment about something, usually unfair judgment.
For example, there's still stigma around mental health in some cultures.
Or we need to reduce the stigma about asking for help.
We used contribute.
Contribute means to give something, to add something valuable.
For example, how can I contribute to my community?
Or everyone can contribute something positive to the world.
And one important phrase, going through the motions.
This means doing something without real thought or feeling, just automatically.
For example, I was just going through the motions at work, not really engaged.
Or don't just go through the motions in life, be present.
Great! If you missed any of these words, don't worry. You can listen to this part again.
And try to use one of these words in your own sentence. Practice makes perfect.
Well, practice makes progress. Perfect is impossible.
Good correction. Okay, let's give our listeners some action steps.
Yes, if someone is thinking, this all sounds good, but what should I do today?
Here are simple steps you can take right now.
Step 1, take 10 minutes today to think about your values. What actually matters to you?
Maybe write down 3 things that are most important to you in life.
Step 2, pick one dream you've been postponing. Just one.
Then take one small action toward it today, not tomorrow, today.
Step 3, reach out to someone you care about. Call them, text them, visit them.
Just 10 minutes of real connection.
Step 4, learn something new for 15 minutes. Could be from this podcast, could be anything.
Step 5, do something nice for your body. Take a walk, eat a healthy meal, go to bed on time tonight.
Step 6, think of one way you can help someone or improve your community. Then do it.
These steps are small, but if you do them, you're not wasting your life, you're living it.
Let's quickly recap all our main tips.
Good idea.
Tip 1, know what matters to you. Find your compass.
Tip 2, stop postponing your dreams. Start today.
Tip 3, invest in relationships, not just tasks.
Tip 4, learn something new regularly. Keep growing.
Tip 5, take care of your body and mind.
Tip 6, give something to the world. Contribute.
If you do these things, you won't waste your life. You'll live a life that's meaningful, connected, and full.
You won't have regrets at the end.
Or at least fewer regrets, because nobody's perfect, right?
Right. We all make mistakes. The point is to try, to be intentional, to care.
Now, we want to ask you something.
Yes, this is important. What's one small change you're going to make after listening to this episode?
Please write it in the comments. Your answer might inspire someone else.
And if this episode helped you, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message.
Yes, maybe someone who's feeling lost or stuck, or like they're just going through the motions.
This episode might be exactly what they need today.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You didn't waste it. You invested it in yourself.
We're proud of you for learning, growing, and thinking about these important things.
This was English Conversation Podcast with Sarah and Mike.
Until next time, don't just exist, truly live. Be intentional, be brave, be kind.
Take care of yourself and each other.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Your journey continues. Keep learning, keep growing, keep living fully. Thanks for being here today with us.